Joining us now is Republican Congressman Mark Alford. He represents Missouri's 4th District. That's home to Whiteman Air Force Base, which is where those B-2s took off from, and we just saw them landing. As we mentioned, our ABC affiliate KMBC was able to catch these images of the B-2 bombers that struck Iran's targets. It really is remarkable to see them. I want to bring in Congressman Alford now. Congressman, I'm sure you've seen these. Like we said, the base is in your district. When you first heard about these strikes, and they were happening and the pilots were coming from the base in your district, what were your first thoughts?
My first thought, complete success on the part of the President of the United States, the Armed Forces, the Air Force, and of course the 509th Bomber Wing at Whiteman Air Force Base. I was just out there Wednesday at a change of command ceremony there and the retirement of Colonel Butler. They have been working on this for years, these plans in place to strike the nuclear capabilities of Iran. Look, and I want to say, we did not draw first blood in this fight. This has been going on for some 43 years, Phil. When I was a kid, watching the Iranian hostage crisis, and as President Trump said in his speech last night from the White House, and he really delineated the different terrorisms, the acts of terror that Iran had propagated on the world. And it's very disturbing when you start to think about how many people they have killed, how many they have threatened. They consider Israel to be the little Satan and the United States to be the great Satan. It was time to finish the job, and President Trump did that with the bombing, using the stealth bombers that came from Whiteman Air Force Base to basically decapitate the nuclear capabilities of Iran.
Having said that, Congressman, I'm curious. Some of your colleagues on Capitol Hill have, I'm sure you've heard, criticized the White House for carrying out this action without congressional approval. I'm wondering where you land on that.
Well, look, you have talked about some of the past times that the stealth bomber was used. In fact, last October, when we were over in the Middle East visiting with the Saudis, our B-2 stealth bombers, under the direction of then President Biden, the chief executive and the commander-in-chief, ordered the bombing of Yemen, took out many of their underground storage caches that they were being used to bomb tankers in the Red Sea that was putting a strain on shipping and commerce. And he did not get authorization from Congress. President Trump notified those in charge, including Mike Johnson and others, that this was happening. But under the Article 2, there is no direct authority that says the President of the United States has to gain authorization unless there are going to be troops on the ground. This is not a declaration of war. We do not need to do that. This is a strategic strike on Iran to decapitate their nuclear capabilities.
So moving forward, what role do you think Congress could play, would play, should play in any efforts moving forward?
Well, look, I think I know that we are getting a classified briefing this week from Tulsi Gabbard, DNI. We are getting a continued information in SCIFs and other secret compartmentalized areas where we can receive this information that's ongoing. I have every confidence that the leaders in the armed services, both the ranking member and the chair, and on our House Appropriations Subcommittee, Ken Calvert for Defense, and our chair, Tom Cole, will be receiving that information as well as on the Senate side. Look, this is not President Trump is not trying to exclude Congress from doing our job. He struck with precision, forethought, and planning. And we don't need interruptions. We don't need to tie the hands of the President of the United States in order to decapitate the nuclear capabilities of a bad actor that has been threatening us for some 43 years.
And no doubt, while that conversation continues, one thing we know for sure, the heroic men and women who carried out this operation from the base that's in your district, deserve thanks for their bravery. So pass that on for us when you see them.
I sure will.
Congressman Mark Alford, thanks so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.